So I suggest you watch this video after looking at the recordings, transformations, translations, transformations, rotation, transformations, reflection, and transformations, enlargement. So this last one kind of brings it all together. So we're going to be looking at this topic as a mixture. So you've got to look at a transformation and decide which one of those four it is. Let me write the four on the board. So what I would also suggest that you do maybe is send me a message and ask me for this worksheet so you can write on it as you're doing it. Okay, so what are our four types of transformations? I'd make a note on this because you'll be needing it when you come to do the worksheets. We've got translation, which kind of just moving the shape around the grid. Leave some space because we need some information with that. Then we've got reflection, which kind of flips your shape. Rotation, which kind of turns it. And enlargement, which makes it bigger, or it could make it smaller. Okay, so let's start with A. Okay, so describe fully the single transformation that takes shape A to shape B. Okay, you can probably tell this is quite an obvious one, but it's enlargement. So you have to write that word down somewhere with it, enlargement. Now, we need two bits of information to go with our enlargement. So if you just think back, what are the two bits of information you need? First of all, you need the scale factor. How do you find the scale factor? Well, we look at basically what do you multiply A by to get B? I choose a length. That's 1. That's 2. 2 divided by 1 is 2. So your scale factor is 2. And now you also need your centre of enlargement. How do you find your centre of enlargement? Choose a corner, shape A, choose the same corner, shape B, get a ruler, join them up. Do the same with a different corner. That corner, same corner, shape B, join them up. And you tend to give the coordinates of the centre. So here, where am I going to put this? I'm going to put it over here. Centre, the coordinates are -4, 2. Okay, so I think we'll do this one next. Have a look at this. Can you look at it and decide for yourself? Do you think it's, so we've obviously done the enlargement one. Do you think it's translation, reflection, or rotation? Well done if you've chosen rotation. Is that one? You can kind of tell because can you see the shapes kind of turned? Now, what information do you need to write down rotation? What information do you need with the rotation? You need 3 bits of information. You need the amount of turn. So to get from A to B, how much have we turned? Remember, I taught you to kind of guess this information and try it with your tracing paper. So hopefully while you're doing this, you've got some tracing paper to check. You also need the centre. So where is it like being rotated from? Oh, just 1 second. I'm going to pause this recording. Okay, so the third thing we need is the direction. So is it clockwise or anti-clockwise? Okay, so as I was saying, I've taught you to kind of guess this, then use your tracing paper to work it out. So from A to B, it is a 90-degree rotation. The centre is 0, 0. And the direction is clockwise. Now, I'm not going to take the camera. I can't really on this laptop anyway, but if you're not sure about that, how to do that, can you watch the recording on transformations, rotations, and that will explain this in more detail. Okay, what about part C? So you've done our enlargement, you've done your rotation. This one is a reflection or translation. Well, this is kind of flipped, so this is actually a reflection. So on it, we need to write somewhere reflection. We only need one bit of information for our reflection, and it's the equation of the mirror line. What is the equation of this mirror line? Let's draw the mirror line in. So it's cutting through your y-axis at 1, so it's y equals 1. So reflection y equals 1 is enough information for that one. And lastly, we've got our translation. This could actually be a rotation, I think, but it can be a translation as well. I'm going to use it as a translation from E to F. So if you remember for this, we need a vector to describe it. So I choose a corner of my E, choose exactly the same corner for your F. We've gone 2 right, so I need a 2 here. Remember, if you go left, you need -2, but we're going right, so it's +2. Then you go 1, 2, 3, 4 down. Because you've gone down, we need a -4. Okay, so have a look at these 4. I have got more for you to do, but just put me on pause, have a go at these 4, and then I will discuss. Okay, so hopefully you thought this is an enlargement. I'll do your centre first. The scale factor is a bit of a funny one. Doesn't matter the corners you use. Well, as long as they're the same in both shape. But even if you've used different corners to me, you should get the same answer. Oh, sorry, I can't get this working. One sec. Okay, so here is your centre, which is 1, 5. Now the scale factor, can you see actually from shape A to shape B, it's actually reduced, isn't it? So you've got to be careful there. To always do a length. You do a length divided by a length to get the scale factor, but it's always the enlarged shape, even though it's been reduced here. So it's the one that's had the transformation occur to it over the original one. So 1 divided by 2 is a half. So the scale factor here is a half, which kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Because it's half as big. So if it had been B to A, we would have done 2 divided by 1, which is 2. But it's not, it's A to B. So that's why we got a half there. And this one here, hopefully you noticed it was a reflection. The mirror line is the actual y-axis. So you could have done 2 things for this. You could have either wrote reflection in y-axis, or you could have written reflection in x equals 0. Those are your 2 options. Just put. Okay, and this one, you saw that was a rotation. What information do we need there? Well, A to B, can you see it's gone to the left? Anti-clockwise. So you should have written anti-clockwise somewhere. It's quarter turn, so 90 degrees. And the centre, 0, 0. So hopefully you would have got your tracing paper out there to work that one out. And then we've got our shape A to B here. Translation, because the shape has just moved kind of along your grid. So translation, I'm going to choose a corner in A, same corner in B. So you've gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right. Oh, I've got my S in translation. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 up. So you've got 5, 4. Okay, have a go at these 3 now. Put me on pause and pause when you're done. Okay, so hopefully you thought, well, this is just, your shape's just moved, so it's translation. We need a vector. What's our vector? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What about this one? Hopefully you thought this is reflection. Mirror line would go here. Putting up your your x-axis at 4. So reflection in x equals 4. This one, it's just moved, so it's translation. And it's P to Q. Just make sure you do it the right way. P to Q. Here's P. Here's Q. We've gone left 2 this time. So because we've gone left, we need a -2 at the top. And you've got up, so 1. Oh, right, okay. Have a go at these. Put me on pause, unpause when you're finished. Okay, so got a couple of different ones going on here. P onto Q. P onto Q, can you see? It's just a movement, it's a translation. We need the vector. Let's get our vector. I'm going to choose this corner. It's got to be the same in the other shape there. So P to Q, we've gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left. So we need -7 at the top. And then we've got 1 down, so -1 at the bottom. P onto R. Oh, sorry, I did the wrong one then. No, I didn't. P onto Q, yes. P onto R. Oh, this is a bit of a tricky one here. Hopefully, you thought this is a rotation. You see, it's kind of turned, so it's a rotation. And then hopefully you use your tracing paper to get all your information. We're going left, so it's anti-clockwise. It's turned to the left, isn't it? So anti-clockwise. 90 degrees. And again, you should have got your center at 0, 0. There's your center of rotation. It's rotated from that point there. Here, this is reflection. There's your mirror line. So reflection, y equals 3. Okay. Have a go at these two. Okay, just seeing how much we've got left. Right, okay. Have a go at this one next. So we've got P onto Q first. P onto Q, it's flipped. So it's a reflection. The mirror line puts your y-axis at 4. So we need reflection, y equals 4. P onto R. See, that's a enlargement. So we need enlargement. P to R. Let's get our scale factor. So that's 4. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, so you might be wondering here. So you need the length of your enlarged shape, 6, divided by the same length of your original shape, which is 4. So what's 6 divided by 4? 1.5. So your enlargement here, scale factor is 1.5. Quite a tricky one. Hopefully you got that right, but don't worry if you didn't. Hopefully you can see how to do it now. We need our centre though, don't we, as well? I'm going to choose that corner and that corner first. And I'm going to choose this corner and this corner. Where do they meet? That's our centre of enlargement. They meet at 1, 6. Okay, next one. Shapes flipped, reflection. Where's our mirror line? Yep. Cutting the x-axis at -2. So reflection in x equals -2. Have a go at these two next. Again, put me on pause, unpause when you finish, please. Okay, so got A on to B first of all. So hopefully you've correctly identified this is enlargement. Nice simple scale factor. 2 divided by 1 is 2. So that length divided by that length is 2. Got our centre. Gonna have that corner and that corner. And then I will have this corner and this corner. They meet at the point 1, 3, so your centre is 1, 3. Okay, so P onto Q, translation, because it's just moved across your grid. What's your vector? Let's have a look. Going from here to here. Same corner, same corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going right, so it's positive. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. We've gone down to negative. Okay, here's your last one. Okay, so this is enlargement. Pretty easy to spot this one. This length here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So our scale factor is 3. Let's get our centre. I'm going to go through those corners first. And then I'm going to go through these corners. Meet out here. Yeah, they meet here. So it's, let me just draw my lines again to get that more accurate. I think this one's not amazingly accurate, this line here. Let's have a look. Nope, definitely not now. Yeah, it's going to be there. So 1, 2. So centre, 1, 2. Okay, hopefully you found those all right now. And thanks for listening.